Sweet. Well, thank you so much for hopping on here and chatting with me. I really just wanted to like touch base, have a conversation with you, see how things were going from like, the beginning of where we got started together to where things are going now. I know that Elix has been growing at a rapid rate. You guys are continuing to crush yourself, Lulu, and the whole team. So I just wanted to like touch base and see how things were looking on your end.
Yeah, things are really good. I think all of our agents, we have a very highly educational product, and it's a very difficult project to be, really service the customer for. And I think all of the agents that we have just done a phenomenal job and going above and beyond and actually caring about the product and our community members, which we call our customers community members. So I think that's great. And we've just seen like phenomenal CSAT scores. Like we're constantly like above a 4.8, which is great. Like I think last week we were actually at like a 4.98 or something. We had like 1 4-star review, which is just like great. I love even some of the conversations I get to have like on the side with our CX agents. Like we like to keep it very personal too. Like and ask them how their day is going or like what they're excited for on the weekend. So it's nice to see like some of their life too as well. And like I've really bonded with a lot of my agents, and I think it's really sweet and endearing for me that they also like send me pictures of their daughters because 2 of my agents have daughters. So it's been a great experience on my end.
That's so awesome to hear that the team is just kind of working together and you guys have built like a real strong bond and community to, just be there for your continuous growth. So whether it's now or in the future, like we have you covered when it comes to the consistent growth trajectory you guys are on.
I think we onboarded her end of July, beginning of August, and she like from the start, the get-go was just putting out amazing effort and work. And it's like she cares so much about the product. She's very personal with us. Like I just love how much she cares about her work.
I think a big part of that is the way that you've just been crushing it when it comes to managing them and keeping them all and like keeping communication alive. Because I think our most successful relationships really come and stem in when like you take the agents in, you take the team in, like they're members of your team and you don't kind of silo them off. And like it's been exactly what you guys have been doing when it comes to keeping that great community, because people want to do fantastic work for brands that they care about. And by you creating that sense of community, you allow them to care more. So a lot of it has to do with like all the management on your end as well.
Thank you.
Awesome. Prior to getting started TalentPop, what was customer service looking like? You were handling everything from what I remember, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh man, how was that?
Stressful because it was also like doing all of our ops too as well. It was stressful, and I like honestly bringing the agents on it's been so helpful just because not only do they help me with like CX and like all of the tickets on Gorgeous, like I don't really touch any of them. Like there's certain questions here that are like people are asking hyper specific, like does this help with X, Y, and Z symptom that's like some random ass condition? And then they obviously escalate it to me to handle. But I think it's also been helpful that they do a lot of other tasks here and there, and they're all 4 of them are all willing at any point to like help in with another project. Like, hey, I need you to input this data for me into an Excel sheet, or like, can you help me out with this project with fulfillment? Like, for example, Joyce has really taken over a lot of helping with communications with our fulfillment center on like whenever we need to personalize a no, or whatever it is. Like Joyce is really great at following up with the orders or making sure. We just recently integrated a new warehouse management system, which was obviously a time with technology and everything, and the CX agents have always been there to help. And I think that's just one of the most beautiful things about this team is that not only are they great at CX, they're also great at a lot of other things too, and really care about their job.
That's awesome. And you guys have a bit of a technical product as well when it comes to like all the different types of use cases and scenarios you guys are running into. How did training go in the ramp up period go for the 4 team members? Was that all smooth?
Yeah. So we decided like after we onboarded, I don't know if you remember, we had 2 agents in the beginning, actually. I think getting Christine, and like Christine, we like replaced with, I can't remember if it was Rachel or Tamara. And then whatever, we got Rachel and Tamara on board. And our onboarding process, just because we do have, like you said, like, I mean, we have such a highly educational product that our onboarding process does take a while. And like, we're constantly reiterating, we're constantly doing new processes as a high growth startup. However, I think all of our agents like onboarded really well. They kind of got the gist of things. Both Tamara and Rachel actually helped me in the process of onboarding Ivory and Joyce. That was super helpful for me because it took away some of like the stress and the pain points of like having to train. Like, I mean, I'm sure as much as anyone, like just training new people takes so much time, and especially on a highly educational product, it's like a nightmare.
Yeah. And what's great is at this point, like you have some people on the team that are so senior at this point that when the next person comes in, it's going to be a walk in the park to get that training process going, because they could do a lot of the heavy lifting because they know the questions, the process is just as well as you do at this point right now. And you can obviously lean into them and trust them when it comes to getting the newest team members really ramped up.
Exactly.
Awesome. And then when it comes down to like your overall experience, I guess the last question I wanted to ask is, in the event that someone was kind of in the same scenario that Elix was, where it's like, we obviously, when it came to getting started, we got on a lot of calls together, myself, you, Lulu, we were going back and forth on a lot of different questions. If someone was in that same point, they're like, I don't know, like I handle customer support in-house, it's going well, but we have a bandwidth issue. Like, what would you tell them about getting started with TalentPop? Like, what would your advice be?
One, do it. My best advice to them would be to like kind of start pulling together all of your processes, right? But like I remember in the beginning, Armand really like handheld me in the beginning. And like that was probably the best part, is that he was trying to help like get the macros set up, and it was like really took that extra TLC in the beginning. Now, obviously it's not needed as much, but whenever I was still kind of figuring things out and how to train and onboard the CX agents, I think it was also really helpful that they had all previously worked at other, like they were already trained on how to do customer service. And that was the biggest biggest pro for me in my eyes, because once they knew that, like teaching the product, that was fine. And we also added in, I think what was really special for our company is being able to add into the interview process, like why, or like what makes you passionate about working in women's health. Totally. So it really pertained to the company, and that way you could really see their true colors of the agents. And I think we've chatted through this in different ways and different words, but people do like to do good work, especially for people that they like, or for a brand that they care about and that they love the mission.
That level of alignment is so important. It's something that we're always striving to get better and better at, which is like creating that product person match, and like you're bringing on the agents that we know are going to excel in your role. Because if we bring people on for your role that might have excelled with a motorcycle brand, they might have really dropped the ball here, or vice versa, right? And creating that product person match is so important. But you kind of like took advantage of all the opportunities. Like, all right, we have a recruitment team. We're going to send you over the people that we think are a good fit. You're going to give us custom questions to have answered, because we know how particular you guys are with bringing on the proper people for your role. And as you should be, because this is the front line of your brand and your customers, and it's so important that we get it right. And I'm just glad to see that we were able to bring on some great fits, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for you guys.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I think my other additional point to that would be like, even though they are agents that are remote, make sure to try and make them feel like they're a part of the team in some aspects. Like I know starting out, I used to have I would do 15-minute chats with them like 3 times a week. Like we have a weekly KPI session. Like I'm constantly interacting with them every day on Slack. Like today, I think I have a group message with them, 4 of my agents and just me. And then we have another CX team that has more the director and the CEO in it. And we have communications on what their priorities are for today. And then I also asked what is everyone excited for the weekend to do? I've sent pictures of whenever I'm snowboarding, in the mountains, to make them feel like they're a part of the team. And I think that little bit of effort really does go a long way in, building your team and making sure that they're successful.
Yeah, no, totally. Like I said before, I think a big testament of why you guys have managed to be so successful with this relationship is just how you've taken the team in and really built a sense of community. And, you being able to take them in and having them really feel like they're a part of the Elix team makes them want to just do better and better work. So all I can say for you as a word of advice is just keep it up, keep being that leader, and your skills, and you're getting better and better at it as well. And this is going to be a lifelong skill that you'll be able to take with you everywhere and anywhere you go. So keep crushing.
Great. Thank you.
Sweet. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I'm glad to hear things are going well, but I just kind of wanted to extend my arm and if there's anything you need, if there's anything Lulu needs, if there's anything that the whole Elix team needs, please don't ever hesitate to reach out to either me, to Armin, to our recruitment team, whatever it happens to be. We're always there to assist you guys. And we want to, continue to be there as a value add wherever needed.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. The last 4 agents that we've had have been phenomenal. I've been working with them, and I just love it's been a great experience, honestly. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's what I like to hear. Well, let's continue on for the remainder of this year, and hopefully we can continue to work together and do great things. But thank you so much for your time, and take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Sounds good. You too. Bye.